Dun 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 bum bum dun dun. What? A cactus. And another cactus? And another cactus. Wait, why are there cacti here? Oh. Okay. I see now. Hello. My name is Seven, and welcome to the Seven Show. I believe I figured out what today's episode is going to be about. So, without further ado, we are going to work on building this house with a little bit of this. I'm so sorry. Man, I think you guys are just so cute, but gosh, you're painful. And a little bit of that thrown in. You can do it. We can do it. Let's do it together. Okay, so let's tear this puppy down and let's get started. If you are wondering what this is, I, off camera, in a previous episode, constructed a cacti farm. It is not the biggest one, but it helps produce at a somewhat steady rate bone meal. Someone must have came by and stole a lot of my bone meal. But yes, so it produces bone meal. Today, we are going to transform this into a building. So let me go ahead and tear this down. Time to activate fast mode. So yeah, we have destroyed the ugly surrounding area and put some temporary blocks right here so that no one could have an accident like I totally did not do off camera. Anyway, so we are going to build something around here that will complement the surround not that building. I'm so sorry building, okay? Like I know you're small and you got that whole small cute thing going on, but no. We are going to complement these buildings and the one over there. Also, I built these lamps. Yeah, look at them. Oh my goodness. Okay, so credit goes to well, I watched a compilation video of lamp designs. So maybe I will find that video and leave it in the comments. But yeah, this lamp design, I really like it. I feel like it just adds like a, I don't know, like a maturity to it, to the whole town. Anyways, yes, so gotta stop being distracted. Oh, it's a dog. No, gotta stop being. Oh, it's the market. No, can't go to the market. I don't have any money. All right, so we are going to build a thing around here, a building that complements, the other kinds of buildings. We're going to use the resources that we have. But the good news is I have this magical orange choker box full of wood and wood related things. So let's go ahead and put down a foundation. And yeah, let's get started from there. So for those that want to practice texturing, the biggest thing I recommend is to just look at the different colors and see how things kind of bleed into one another. Like for me, whenever I add cobblestone like this, I like trying to, think of it where it's like, okay, so this and this block and this one right here are really well put together. Maybe this one is losing a little bit of the bricks. This one is just flat out broken, and then this one is really, really broken. So, when I use cobblestone in my designs, not here, not for temporary blocks, but for the actual structures, like there, but the diorite equivalent, or over there, I imagine it where it's like, okay, this is a worn out block. It should probably be replaced, and it makes sense with a block next to it. If you start seeing colors and textures like that, then I definitely can say that that will improve your builds. And sometimes you need to place it down, walk away, look at it, and then come back. Alright guys, I have a slight confession to make. So I did finish the foundation. Bam, there it is. But the thing though is this building is going to be really on the tiny side. Now I could do some things like remove that, and I'm definitely going to replace the floor, but it's going to be kind of tiny. And part of the reason for this is, well, when I constructed the cacti farm below, I didn't put a lot of thought into the placement of it. But I did want to create, I did know this, I did want to create like a little alleyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on the building, and I'm going to experiment with the top of it a little bit. And it might take some time, but we're going to get through it, and I'll make sure to summarize it, whatever happens at that point. First up, I like to go up by 2 on the smaller bit. Now, I know that this is taller. Don't worry. We'll get to that in a second. So we're going to go up on 2 on all of the main corners. Boom, boom. And I like doing it this way. I don't like the wood being right there. I like to think that the builders had in mind, like, okay, so we are going to have wooden columns that are being supported by a brick foundation. The next step is we're going to put logs of the same kind like this all the way down. I'll go ahead and do that so you guys don't have to watch me do that. I'm so sorry. Oh, man, I think you guys are just so cute, but gosh, you're painful. All right, so we are going to do that on all of the straightaways, and when I'm done, I will see you at that point. Okay, so you don't really need to question what has happened to me. Yeah, you don't need to worry about it. Oh, there's a cat. Oh, it's a cute kitty. Yeah, you don't need to worry about what happened to me. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm made of slime, so it's okay. So we are going to continue to build this, and the cool thing is, what I want to do for today's episode is I want you guys to be able to see how you can have, a basically nice little house, and it's not all that difficult. You just, in my mind, one of the biggest things I had to do was shrink my brain. Yes, that's what I said, shrink my brain. Basically, think on a smaller scale. It's easier to think on a smaller scale. This is just 3 blocks high. What we're going to do later on, we might have to be a little bit higher than that, but you see what I mean. So the basic foundation starts off, for me, with these buildings at 3 or 4 blocks high. We have 2 shapes going. We have a shape going that way, and we have a shape going this way. You could tell by, kind of imagining this square and then this long rectangle. So in order to get a roof like that, and it's tougher on bigger builds like this, you just got to think of it like, okay, so we want this pattern going over the entranceway going that way until it intersects, kind of like that one does, with another pattern going long ways this way. And then it will do this part right here. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to decide upon a color, and I personally, as I've mentioned in another episode, like to use oak because I imagine that this village is primarily using the closest wood type, and for me that is oak. And I find it as a nice contrast from the dark colors of spruce. So you find some stairs that you want to do. We'll worry about the top part in a second, and I feel like this is a good, distance above. So you got a 1 block gap. Now we're going to add a little overhang to it like this. And what you want to do is you want to extend it by 1 on all of the sides. And what this does is it adds depth, which is really important to your build, especially in Minecraft, since everything is, well, so really flat. Alright, so now that you've done that, we are going to put some stairs right here, and this just makes it feel not so flimsy. When it looks like this, it looks a little odd, right? Like, it's like there's nothing that is holding it together. So adding that makes it just feel like there's, some degree of curvature with all the blocks. And you could do that on the other side too. The next thing you want to do is you want to figure out what you're going to do with going down all the way that way. You may notice that this has been an odd distribution, and this one, from the looks of it, is even. So, what does that mean? Well, I don't really want to go more that way, and I feel like I'm running out of space this way. So we're going to fiddle with it because I want to challenge myself and I want to challenge you. You can do it. We can do it. Let's do it together. But first, let's sleep. Okay, so what I did was I went all the way straight down that way. I went up by 1 block because, you know, it'll cover the gap and it won't interfere with the machine. And we're going to keep going this way. Now you may be wondering, like, Se7en, won't, you know, if we create the roof there, won't it conflict with this? And the short answer is yes. It will definitely conflict with that. But the thing is, sometimes you have to build things like this, like I do, to kind of get the gears going in your head. And I definitely have to do that. So we are going to continue to follow the same kind of general rule of thumb we did with this one on this piece, and we'll handle the intersection in a second. In fact, some of this might even change entirely, but we'll talk through it. So what I want you to do now is just clear your mind and go on this side and just do this. Add the stairs all the way down to, you know, even there. Add it to there. Okay, so for the time being, I feel comfortable with all the pieces aligning this way. So up here, just extend it a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a beautiful little tiny window on this side. So we're going to do that. And then since this is 2 blocks wide, and I'm going to do that as a nice reminder, I'm going to put a block here. Whoop! Okay, now that I made it back up there from that horrible fall, so yeah, what you're going to do is you want to place a few blocks on this side as well. And then right about here, you're going to get rid of these. Yeah, like that. Put a temporary block there. Then put one right there and put one right there. And then what you now have, even though it might be tough to see it, is you now have and we'll put some right there. You now have a little window coming out on this side. And it's going to be simple. We're going to put a block there and a block there. We might change these up. This is starting to head into the aesthetic category. Well, I mean, a lot of it is aesthetic, but it's starting to head into, like, does this look right kind of category. So yeah, we got a little thing right there. And what this does on a practical scale is it ends this path going this way. It ends it in a pretty way. Now the next step that we're going to do is we are going to continue putting stairs down the rest of the way and going down like that. What we've done is we have now, quote unquote, finished the roof. And you can choose on this side to just let the roof settle like it is here on this side, or you can let it out. I chose to let it out because I want to give another kind of texture if you are on this side looking that way. So for me, what I'm going to do is get rid of that because that looks weird, and that's a temporary block, so that looks weird. And we're going to put a block right there and then get rid of this one and put that right there to thicken it up like I showed you earlier. And then boom, what you've now done is you've created what's going to be a little like window area. Also, builder tip number 7, if you use slabs, it also prevents spawning. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove these. We don't want these just pointing out. They're support beams on the inside, so they would be seen only on the inside. So we're going to put some pieces there like so. Oh man, they're doing construction work. Hopefully you guys don't hear that. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some big oak blocks, planks, right there. Boom. Now you won't be able to see it. So that's pretty much it. You know, you put the foundation, you go up a little bit, You put a center column, or two if it's an even number, like this one, and then you build stairs off of it. And then you kind of like work out the edges with different combinations of blocks. So now that we've done that, let's go on the inside. Basically, what you want to do is you want to build it up so that there's no more gaps. You can have that because that'll look fine. Inside, you can, you need to duplicate where the columns would be. So doing that is important. But yes, you want to build this up. You want to build up the wall. We do windows. Personally, I do windows like after the fact. I want to get the main structure settled. So yes, build up the walls. Don't worry about windows. And when you finish that, we will continue. But at this point, what you could do is you can knock out, as I did on this design, you can knock out areas that you feel like, oh, I want to have a window here. And you want to add bushes. Bushes add so much to a build. And you kind of just have to like experiment with them and just place them down and see what looks nice. Long stretches like this, place a bush. It can be a simple one like that. Just allows, the eye to be able to fixate, well, not fixate, but focus on something else. So yeah, I think that's it for today's episode. I mentioned a witch farm. That is what we're going to focus on next episode. But yeah, we're going to try our hand at making a witch farm. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. You guys have been great. This is the Se7en Show. I'm signing off. I hope that you have a great day and stay chill, guys. Bye.